Hello, 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 hello. Today we're showing off the A1 Mini 3D printer from Bamboo Lab. We've got a pretty big job on the build plate for it. This is a big ol' hoop collector for my Kobra 3. It's gonna go right under here where the hoop comes out. We finally got the Kobra 3's ACE mounted on top of it, and it is looking great. We're testing some silk filament over here, and like I said, printing a big old rectangle on the A1 Mini. If you guys have any questions, feel free to put them in the chat. If you'd like to check out the printers, you can tap the little shopping area down here. Again, if you guys have any questions, feel free to put them in the chat. If you'd like to check out the printers, you can tap the little shopping area at the bottom of the screen. over here, we are starting our first silk PLA print on the Kobra 3. And I've never used silk PLA before. It's going to be interesting to see how this comes out. Hopefully I've got my settings proper. I'll probably be tweaking it a little bit as it prints. But yeah, this is the Kobra 3 combo. We got the ace unit mounted on top now. It's looking real sharp. Got my desk space back over here. And this looks like a really nice setup, honestly. It looks really good. So the next thing we're going to tackle with this particular machine is its poop disposal. So we're printing a poop basket over here and kind of a poop latch, like trough on this one. And I think the silk PLA will be nice and smooth, so the poop will slide right down it. That's my hopes. All right, well, we'll see how it does. If you guys have any questions, feel free to put them in the chat. And I got these cute little sample spools because I haven't used silk before, so I wanted to try a couple different colors, and they just look super cute up here in the AMS or the ACE. Little 200-gram spools, pretty cute. Yep, this is the Anycubic Kobra 3 combo. Big boy. We finally got the ace unit mounted on top here. It's looking really nice. There's a big old foot on the back here to support it. These like cross beams. It's quite the project. I'm glad to be finished with it. Looks good. But yeah, we're playing with some silk PLA. I've never used it before, so I'm interested to see how easy it is to just throw in the machine. So this is A Molten. They sent me this little sampler pack, so we're testing it out. Trying to play with what filament's available on the TikTok shop so I can suggest it to people. Now, gold is really tricky to get right with filament. Like I like the silver color and I like this copper red. The gold is, I don't know, it's pretty much just a shiny yellow, and then this is supposed to be bronze. I don't know if I'd call that bronze. It's kind of a shiny green. It's hard to get these colors right sometimes. But like comparing it to like Bamboo's gold, Bamboo's gold is like spot on. Let's see if I can pull it out here. I'll just put them side by side. So yeah, this is the A Molten gold, and this is Bamboo's gold, and it actually looks the closest to gold that I've ever got. Yeah, it's just Pele Basic Bamboo gold. I'm really impressed with their color matching. I like the bamboo filament a lot, but I'm trying to, you know, expand my horizons, try a couple new things. Right off the bat, the silk does have a really nice shine to it. And just looking at what's on the bed so far, it definitely is pretty. But yeah, if you guys have any questions about bamboo printers or the Kobra 3, feel free to put them in the chat. If you'd like to check them out, they're all at least $100 off down here. I'll have to check them out. I'm gonna have to figure out a film management system. I'm getting a little overloaded. But yeah, a couple big changes with the Kobra 3. When I first got it, I did not tighten the belts, which has left some interesting Z banding on some of my prints. I fixed that yesterday, tightened the belts on both sides, got it really locked in, and then we completed the ACE top mount up here, which just looks fantastic and is really doing its job. This whole build is very stable. There's not a lot of wiggle to it. But I think we should actually be getting some really nice prints out of this machine now. That Z banding was getting on my nerves a little bit. I don't know why I didn't think to tighten the belts. Felt a little silly. So far I haven't had any warping on this bed. Like it's been really good as far as bed adhesion. I was just having that Z banding, man. Yeah, I think we got all those kinks worked out. And it literally says in the instructions when you set it up to tighten the belts, and I just completely skipped that step. So that's on me. I don't know why I didn't do it. I was lazy. Yeah, I've had a pretty good time with the Anycubic slicer. I've been playing with the app a bit more too. It's a pretty solid system. If anybody has any questions about it, feel free to put them in the chat. Once we finish this initial test print with the silk, I'm going to do a full-on 4-color print using all 4 of these sample spools. Should be pretty fun. Yeah, so I just finished that project. So we've got the complete shelf along with the addition of the support leg on the back. That's a separate file to download from this. But yeah, it went together really nicely. Yeah, version 2. I do have a question about silk PLA. Do you dry it? You said you print with it a bunch. Like, what are the go-to like drying steps? Like, what should I do? 2 hours at 50 degrees, something like that. Run the 4-hour cycle on PLA 45. Okay. Yeah, the A1 is on sale right now. You can get the printer for $299 and the combo for $489. Unless you're talking about the Mini, that one is $199 and the combo is $350. I've got both of them linked down here. Vacuum seal the filament afterward. That's a good idea. I should definitely get a vacuum seal set up. Well, these are like 200 gram spools, so I think I'm going to run through them pretty quickly. they're super cute. What's better with the Kobra than the A1? The Kobra is actually cheaper. You can get the Kobra combo for $429. It's about $70 cheaper. The A system on the Kobra has a built-in filament dryer, which is really nice for like silk, PLA, PETG, glow-in-the-dark stuff, anything that's going to absorb moisture. It's got a built-in filament dryer, which is really nice. And you can actually hook up 2 of these A systems to the Kobra with a max colors of 8. If you get 2 of them, you can print with 8 colors. The A1 is limited to 1 AMS lite, so you can only print with 4 colors. Bed size is pretty similar on the A1. It's 256 by 256 by 256. The Kobra is 250 by 250 by 260. The Kobra prints a little faster than the A1 as well. Max print speed on the A1 is 500 millimeters per second. Max print speed on the Kobra is 600 millimeters per second. So they're pretty comparable, but I do like the Kobra a bit better. It depends on your end use. So if you're just going to be printing exclusively with PLA, the A1 is a great option. If it's your first printer, the A1 is going to be a bit more easier to use. But as far as like options down the road, I think the Kobra is a better bet because of the built-in filament dryer. That's just so handy, and it is cheaper too. They're both good options though. Like I like both of them, but I think the Kobra is a better deal for your money. Because if you don't have this built-in filament dryer, you're gonna have to get one anyways if you're printing with those. How much for the Kobra? The Kobra printer is $299. The combo is $429. You can find that down here. Yeah, it's pretty fast. Yeah, I think the filament dryer really sends it over the edge. It's a super clever addition to the system that I think Bamboo just hasn't really addressed yet. You'll probably need to go directly to their website. If you're out of the US, you can't order through TikTok Shop, at least on my videos. Yeah, the stand looks great. It's very sturdy. It's well designed. Everything fit together really nicely. I did have to take some screws out here and then put them back in. And then the 2 more on the other side here. But other than that, everything just kind of locks together. Really looks very good. And this just fits in there like a freaking glove. Like it's perfect. And it looks nice too. Like if you pull back, it looks really, really good. A lot better than having the ace on the side here. I'm pretty proud of it. I think it looks good. What materials can it use? It can print with PLA, PETG, and TPU. If you're printing with TPU, you can't use the multi-material system. You'll have to put that on an external spool holder, but the printer can handle TPU. It's just one color at a time. Yeah, I think the filament dryer is really, really clever addition. And honestly, I'm considering getting a second ACE unit just so that I can keep my filament in there and keep it dry and print with 8 colors. Like, it makes a lot of sense to get a second one of these. How much more complicated is the Kobra over the A1? They're very similar. So when I got the Kobra, there was a little bit more setup. I did have to attach the extruder to this shaft right here. Used a couple screws. There were 2 screws to attach the touchscreen, and then there's a cable on the back here you have to plug in. You have to tighten the belts just a little bit because they'll loosen up in shipping. But other than that, it's just like plug stuff in, which is the same for the A1. You got to plug everything in and then just print with it. Like, they're both pretty plug and play. Yes, I do need to I do need to print some attachments for my cardboard spools, but so far this one's been holding up pretty well. And let's see, this blue one, like, they didn't come in with any dings in them, and this one's about empty, and it survived the ACE. Like, I didn't have any printing issues with this particular cardboard spool. You could have issues if it like flattened out on the edge, but these held up pretty well. How's it going, Van? Yeah, if it's going to be your first printer, I direct you to the A1. It's just going to be easier. But, I mean, if you want to, like, really get into 3D printing and understand how your machine works, the Kobra will kind of teach you some lessons along the way of, like, the mechanics of it, where the A1 is just going to hold your hand through the whole process. Just got a defective piece of filament straight off the roll and jammed inside the ACE. Took about 30 minutes to take apart and sort it out. I'm doing good. I have seen some people have issues with these TPU tubes. If the arc on them is too sharp, you can have like jamming, or you can break filament. I really try to keep as little pressure on these tubes as I can. You see, they're mostly straight. So I don't have any really sharp curves in that tubing. Yeah, I think the Kobra 3 will teach you more about 3D printing, whereas the A1 will just let you print. But they're both good options. Like I said, I really like both machines. What are we printing? This is going to be a poop catching bin. This is kind of the trough that the poop slides down. Let me see if we can pull up a picture of it. It's like the poop trough, and then this is the basket the poop's going to land into, and that's all going to go over here. For now, it's just kicking poop on the ground. I'm not a big fan of that. I'm also testing some molten silk PLA. So that's what this is here. It's my first silk PLA print. It's looking really nice, honestly. Looks pretty good. So far, I haven't had to use too much glue on the Kobra 3. The print bed on this is actually pretty good. I think it's a little better than the Bamboo as far as adhesion goes. The Bamboo is just loaded up from end to end with glue stick. But I do have about 500 print hours on that machine, where this one is closer to about 40. Yeah, I need to check out some new plates. How much are their spools? Usually a spool of filament's about $20 to $25. I've got quite a few of them linked down here if you'd like to take a look. Got them on AliExpress. Yeah, I'll check that out. I took a screenshot, so we'll take a look at that. Now, if you do get 4 or more spools from the Bamboo Basic or Matte PLA listing down here, those are 20% off, which is a pretty good deal. Is this a good starter printer? I think the A1 series, like the A1 and the A1 Mini, are probably a bit more user-friendly, but the Kobra 3 isn't far off. Like, I think most people can get this up and running if you just follow the directions during setup. And I've got awesome results. Like, I've printed this whole frame for this ACE unit, this leg back here, just huge pieces on this, and they came out fantastic. I really haven't had to do too much to get really nice print quality out of it. So I do think it is pretty user-friendly. Yep. The Anycubic filament has RFID chips on it. I wish they would kind of cross or like send each other their codes. Like Bamboo's RFIDs could be read by the Kobra, and Anycubic's RFIDs could be read by the Bamboo, but I understand why they wouldn't do that. But it sure would be helpful. Like, the tech is there, they just need to know how to read them. Yeah, manually entering it isn't hard. That's true. This top layer on here, super clean. Beautiful. Looking really nice. And then over here on the A1, we've got a big old basket. Looks very clean as well. Coming along swimmingly. So yeah, they're both great printers. I like having both of them. I don't have a camera for the Kobra 3 yet, but I am looking to get one sometime in the future. Right now I just want to play with the filament. I want to play with Silk PLA, I want to play with TPU, I want to play with PETG. So I spent most of my fun budget this month on different filaments to play with. Yeah, the A1 Mini is awesome. The total print dimensions on the A1 Mini is 180 millimeters cubed, about 7.5 inches. The print dimensions on the Kobra 3 are 250 by 250 by 260 millimeters. Quite a bit bigger. Well, if you have any other questions, let me know. And when you're ready, just tap a little shopping bag down here. Yeah, I'm really considering getting a second Ace. It makes a lot of sense. Stupid question, but how does it know when to stop and start printing different colors? That is in the sliced file. So when you slice it on your computer, you'll be able to add the different colors, and based on like how the print is oriented, it'll change colors just to match the file. It does it pretty flawlessly. It's a clever system. It's not difficult to get the hang of. Yeah, that's something I'm going to need to play with. This was the last multicolor print I did, this faceplate right here. And really there's just one color change in this print, like the body's blue and then the text is purple. So I didn't have a huge amount of waste with that. With some more in-depth files, I'll definitely be tweaking how waste is dealt with. But up to this point, I've done mostly solid colored prints on this machine to get it nice and upgraded. But yeah, we got the Ace up here, nicely mounted on top of the printer now. Really stable setup. I like it a lot. Well designed file for sure. I did see some feet that you can add to the back legs here that I'll probably print to just give it a little bit more stability. But as it is, it's sitting pretty still. Well, why did I switch from the Bamboo A1? I'm still using the A1. It's printing right here. So I use both. Some things I like about the Kobra over the A1 is the bed size and the built-in filament dryer. So I'm going to be using a lot more exotic and interesting filaments with this printer, and I'll probably just be sticking to PLA for the Bamboo. But there's no rule that says I can't have more than one printer. I just like 3D printing. What's the strongest material? Probably ABS. That's what they make Legos out of.
Now, if you are going to be printing with ABS, you're going to need a printer with an enclosure, like a P1S or an X1 Carbon. I've got them linked down here. The strongest material I can print with these open framed printers is PETG, and I've got some of that coming in the mail sometime this week. What am I printing today? I'm printing a poop catcher for the Kobra 3. So this is kind of like a chute that the poop goes down. That's what this is printing. And this is a big basket to catch the poop. So we're going to deal with the poop before we start doing a bunch of multicolor prints. There's definitely a difference from filament to filament. My current favorite is bamboo. I really like their color matching. If you get blue, you're gonna get a blue. If you order red, you're gonna get a red. If you order silver, it's gonna look silver. If you order gold, it's gonna look gold. Really nice eye-catching colors with bamboo. It also prints really quickly. And I haven't had a lot of stringing with it either. It's just you plug it in the machine and it prints it. So if you're asking what my current favorite is, it's bamboo PLA. I am testing some silk PLA. This is the first time I've printed with silk, and it's nice and shiny. And it's printing so good so far. But yeah, bamboo PLA is like the best stuff I've worked with recently. I like it a lot. Looks good. You're not wrong. So they did come out with a special filament color set with the Kobra 3. It's called Pantones. So you got this nice turquoise and this violet. There's also this peach and this leaf green. So they're not quite like spot on colors, but they are very pretty as well. Unfortunately, I don't have any links for that kit yet. I have talked to them about adding it to their TikTok shop, but they're being a little slow about it. The only place I've been able to find that set is on Amazon. But it's pretty cool. My biggest complaint with it is that they come on cardboard spools. I feel like if it is a special edition set, that this should be at least plastic. Other than that, the color's really nice. And the print quality is really good. Like, I printed all this with the Pantone, and it looks good. Pretty good. We got the ace mount completed today. So we got it all put together. We got the ace on top of the printer now. It's looking good. It's very stable. And next we're gonna print a poop catcher for the Kobra 3. So that's what we're working on here. Got a big basket for it. And then this is like a poop chute that's gonna go on the poop scooper over here. And then after that, we're going to do some multicolor silk tests. I got this nice sample pack from A. Molten of some silk PLA. And I want to do a 4-color print with all 4 of these silk colors. So once I get the poop set up here, we're going to do some fun stuff. I mean, this one heats up pretty fast. I haven't gotten impatient with it warming up at all. I tell it to print and it just starts going. I think the A1 actually takes longer to heat up than the Kobra does. I think this printer was aptly named. It's very quick. Okay. One thing I'm not seeing from Anycubic is any other size nozzles for this. It's pretty much limited to 0.4 millimeter brass nozzles from what I can see on Anycubic's website. I don't know if they're just slow to release that or what. Yeah, so for the glow in the dark, I've been using a 0.6 hardened steel nozzle on the bamboo, and I've been printing on the external spool holder. So yeah, you don't want to put glow in the dark through the ace unit, and that's why I'm complaining about the nozzles, is I want a stronger, bigger nozzle to put on this so I can actually do glow in the dark without tearing up the brass one. There are printers that can print with metal, but typically they use a metal powder and a high-powered laser to fuse the powder together, and those are quite expensive machines. I know, that's what I think, and I'm like, Anycubic, what are you doing? Why do you just have brass nozzles for the Kobra? What's up with that? But it is kind of a newer printer, so hopefully they'll release them sooner or later. Yeah. Yeah, just hop on YouTube and type in metal 3D printer. It'll show you what they look like. Typically you need like a treatment bay after they're finished printing too, so you can like dust all the powder off. And those are also pretty expensive. This is the Kobra 3 from Anycubic. I do have the combo, so we've got the ace unit mounted on top here. We can print it up to 4 different colors. Got a built-in filament dryer. Pretty clever little setup. I like it a lot. I can pin it real quick for you if you want to take a closer look at it. There you go. I do like it. So all these pieces, these big old mount pieces, I printed on this printer, and they came out great. Very sturdy, big, long pieces, not fragile at all. It's holding up really good, nice and sturdy. And it got the ace unit up off my desk, which I like a lot. Yeah, I found that on Anycubic's website. It's like the Ace Top Mount version 2. So compared to the Bamboo, I think the most comparable printer they have is the A1. Its bed size is 256 squared. This one's 250 by 250 by 260, so pretty close. The A1 can only hook up one AMS unit to max 4 colors. For the Kobra 3, you can actually hook up 2 of these ACE units for max 8 colors to print with, which is pretty cool. Again, this has a built-in filament dryer. With the A1s, the filament is just kind of out in the open air. So I think the Kobra has a few things going for it that the A1 doesn't. It's also a little cheaper. Yeah, Maker Online, that's it. I mean, you wouldn't be the first to be obsessed with 3D printing. I've been into 3D printing for 15 years. And I love it. Yeah, the Kobra combo is currently on sale for $429 down here. It's a pretty good price, especially to get into multicolor printing with a print bed this big. It's probably the cheapest option on the market to get decent results. And this is Anycubic's first multicolor printer, and it's just awesome. I think they just nailed it. Really impressive machine. Yeah, Anycubic customer support's pretty good. If you have any other questions, please let me know. Open source software, you gotta love that. Right? Thanks for your comments. Is there a more expensive printer you might suggest? If you've got a bit more of a budget, Bamboo has an awesome line of printers. I've got all of them listed down here, from the A1 Mini to the A1 to the P1S to the X1 Carbon. They're all good options. It really just depends on your budget. So yeah, if you tell me what you're willing to spend, I can kind of point you in a better direction. Yeah, the P1S is a good choice for sure. I mean, they're all good printers. He's a clever fella, Adam Savage, for sure. Look at the size of this box over here. It's almost done. Taking up that whole damn print bed. Sure. How long did the box take? It was 3 hours. And it's got about 13 minutes left. Yeah, they're both really fast. There are a lot of really good free tutorials on YouTube if you don't want to throw a ton of money at it. But yeah, going into a paid online course is not a bad idea either. I've done most of my research on YouTube. I don't do custom printing. I just encourage people to get a 3D printer and make stuff themselves. Well, yeah, here in America, there's not really such thing as a free education. Yeah, everybody wants you to pay here. So yeah, YouTube is my go-to for sure. A lot of good information on there. That's pretty cool, man. I think so. So the Kobra 3 has got a built-in filament dryer in their multi-material system, which the A1 and the A1 Mini just don't really address. The filament's just kind of left in the open air. You can also hook up 2 of these ACE units to the Kobra with a maximum of 8 colors. The A1s are limited to 1 AMS lite, so 4 colors is the most you can get. This printer is a little faster than the A1s as well. Max print speed on this is 600 millimeters per second. Max print speed on this is 500. This is also a little cheaper, which is pretty cool. I like it a lot. It's a hell of a setup. Yeah, chocolate 3D printing. It's getting better. Some of the really early chocolate 3D printers are just rough to watch, man. But they're getting better. Concrete 3D printing is pretty tight. Like 3D printing entire houses and buildings. I think that's really, really interesting. But yeah, guys, if you have any questions, feel free to put them in the chat. If you'd like to get one of these printers, tap the little shopping area at the bottom of the screen. Thanks for watching. How would you go about attaching a magnet to the back of something? Typically, people just put a little, like a hole in the project that the magnet will fit into, and then you just super glue it into that hole. Now, I think 3D printers are always going to need people. They've definitely got easier to use over the years, but they still need somebody to make them run. For sure. And you can add that hole within 3D design software. You don't have to like drill a hole through your 3D printed part. You can actually create a cavity in the file that the magnet will fit into. How durable is this material? I'm actually not entirely sure. This is a sample pack of silk PLA that I was sent. This is my first test print with it. It is PLA, so I don't think it's going to be super strong. If you want stronger plastic, I'd point you towards like PETG or ABS. This one's almost done. Look at that. Beautiful box. Awesome. My favorite site to find files from is called makerworld.com. It's pretty good. Do I get a commission from the products? Yes, I do. So I appreciate you taking a look. Once this finishes, we're gonna do this fun 4-color benchy test using all 4 of those silk filaments. Yeah, here's our finished poop basket for the Kobra 3. Just looks fan-freaking-tastic. Let that cool down for a minute. Yeah, I go live pretty often. Come on by anytime. You're more than welcome. Thanks for watching. Have a good day at work, bro. Is our finished poop basket. Looks just perfect. Awesome. I'm Kevin. You can call me Coin Ring Maker. The many benefits of multiple printers, absolutely. Hop over here and watch the A1 Mini get started. It's going to do a multi-point bed level check before every print, which is pretty dang handy. choosing between the A1 and the Kobra, leaning towards the Kobra, brand new at this. So I've had the A1 Mini for about 3 months. I've got 500 print hours on this one. This one I've had for about 2 weeks. I've got about 50 print hours on it. I do like the Kobra more. They're both good options though. The Kobra's a little cheaper. It's got the built-in filament dryer, which the A1 doesn't. The A1 does have a built-in camera. The Kobra doesn't have a camera. So they're very similar. I don't think either one is a bad choice. But personally, I lean towards the Kobra as the better deal. It's got more features. And you can hook up 2 of these. So if you get 2 ACE systems, you can print with 8 colors. The A1 is limited to 4 colors. But I don't think you can go wrong either way. So the camera is mostly to observe your prints from afar. It's not a very high frame rate, so you're not going to be making like super great time-lapse videos with this camera. Typically, if you want to film for like content creation, I'd suggest getting a webcam for either printer. But that is something that the A1s have that the Kobra doesn't, is that built-in little camera. It's pretty much just to make sure, like, if you run to the gas station, your print isn't failing, and you can check it on the app. If you go to the pinned video on my TikTok profile, you can learn all about that eyeball. Yeah, the Kobra is about $70 cheaper, so you can take that $70 in savings and just throw it at some filament and have more plastic to print with. You can fit a camera to the Kobra, and they're still working on AI detection and errors. Yeah, so it's not that the Kobra isn't ready for a camera. You can plug a webcam right into the USB here. The app is ready for the camera. The slicer is ready for the camera. It just doesn't come with one. That's the difference I was pointing out. They're both camera ready. This one just happens to have a little bitty camera built into it. The A1s are a little faster. Sorry, the Kobra is a little faster. Max speed on the Kobra is 600 millimeters per second. Max speed on the A1s is 500 millimeters per second. So they're pretty close. But the Kobra is a little bit faster. It's just got some more intensive hardware. The motors are a little beefier, so they can handle that slight increase in speed. Yeah, I've considered getting a pretty decent webcam and hooking it up to the Kobra. But I just got more filament instead. But it would be handy for like remote monitoring of a print. Yeah, I've seen a few different webcams used with it. Yeah. Yeah, they both got apps, which I think is awesome. Just to watch what's happening, yeah. I don't know, most of the time when I've printed with this one so far, I've been standing right next to it. just to check back on this silk PLA print, it's looking really clean. Got a nice sheen to it. Pretty pleased to be able to just throw it in the printer and get it to work. Oh yeah. Yeah. Yeah, you're not wrong. So you've been using the Anycubic app for a while. I know on the Bamboo Handy app, like if I had multiple prints going and I needed to cancel one of them because it was failing, but the rest were fine, I know I can do that with this printer. Is there an option to do that with the Kobra? Can I go in and be like, stop printing this one, keep printing the rest? I don't know if that's something you can do on the Anycubic app. I'm curious if you have any experience with that. Can't do it on the Kobra app? Okay. Okay. On the Handy app, it's called Cancel Object. It's pretty handy. I've used it a few times. Yeah, yeah. Okay. I think so. I think Bamboo is like cutting edge, best 3D printer on the market. I don't know. Next to the Kobra 3, it's pretty good. Both good options. Whoa. Yeah, the Kobra 3 is fast. That's no lie. It says there's 10 minutes left on this print. I don't know how that's possible, but we'll see. So the bench, he said it was going to take 10 hours. So I nixed that idea and I found this cute little fox keychain, and we've added all 4 of the silk colors to it. So once this poop shaft gets done printing, we're going to test out all 4 of the silk colors together and see how that works out. It's a much faster print. This one says it'll be done in 1 hour, so I like that. So I finished pegboard keychain my wife asked for today. Rangers colors. Yes, it's it has an auto bed leveling. It's pretty good at it too. Like, I've printed stuff that took up the whole print bed and it printed great. It was easier to show off before I put it all together, but this particular purple piece took up pretty much the entire print bed, and you can see it's perfectly flat, printed really nicely. I printed all these giant legs and support arms on this bad boy. Yeah, it's really smooth, really fast. I like it a lot. All right, guys, All right, guys, All right, guys, Yeah, so this is the ACE unit. So it's a multi-material system with a built-in filament dryer. Comes with the Kobra 3 combo. The built-in filament dryer. Comes with the Kobra 3 combo. The built-in filament dryer. Comes with the Kobra 3 combo. Oh yeah, definitely handy to have a 3D printer around the house. We use ours to build pieces for robots because my son is in the robotics team. Very nice. Yeah, it's pretty cool to use robots to build robots. I like that. I need to come up with a project to print on the Mini. Everything else I want to print right now is too big for this one, so I'm gonna have to think of something to print on this. Any suggestions? Well, let me know. For now, we'll just turn her off. Oh yeah, I could watch a 3D printer print for hours. I literally do. Really good looking piece too. Like the curve of this scoop down here is nice and shiny. Really pretty. So resin printers are pretty intensive as far as like what you have to do to use them. You have to wear a respirator, you have to wear like gloves. The resin you use is like toxic in its liquid form, so you have to be really careful handling it. So I don't really mess with resin printing. It doesn't suit my specific needs. I can definitely see where it could come in handy for other people, but at this point, I just don't think it's something I really want to mess with. It's a lot of work, and it's dangerous. That being said, you can get really, really detailed stuff out of a resin printer. But you got to clean the print, you got to wash the print, you got to cure it. Like there's a lot of extra steps that come with resin printing. Right now you got a glow-in-the-dark print going, printing the keychain, very nice. Guys, I'm gonna hop off of here for a little bit, charge my phone up. If you've enjoyed this live, make sure to hit the follow button, and we'll catch you in a little bit, all right? Peace.